Let's all go to the movies. Hopefully they don't sue me. But this time, the movies are in your home. Sounds creepy, right? Frontier. This is one of those historical drama action series on Netflix. It's fucking badass and underrated and not talked about enough. I'm not a big Jason Momoa fan. I didn't watch Game of Thrones. I didn't watch Aquaman. I didn't watch what else is he in? Moana. Is he in Moana? No, that's Brock. I don't know. Whatever. I haven't seen him in a lot of shit. But this show, he's incredible. Frontier is a Canadian historical drama television series co-created by Rob Blackie and Peter Blackie, chronicling the North American fur trade in colonial Canada / Rupert's Land sometime in the late 1700s or early 1800s. The series is co-produced by Discovery Canada as the channel's first original scripted commission and Netflix. The series premiered on November 6, 2016. The series was renewed for a second season in October of 2016, ahead of its premiere, which premiered on October 18, 2017. Frontier was renewed for a third on September 20th of 2017, also ahead of the previous second season. The entirety of the third premiered first on Netflix and then was broadcast in Canada between December 7th and 21st, 2018. The synopsis. The series chronicles the North American fur trade in the late 1700s Canada and follows Declan Harp, which is Jason Momoa, a half-Irish, half-Cree outlaw who is campaigning to breach the Hudson's Bay Company's monopoly on the fur trade in his native land, which has become corrupt and engages in illegal activities to enrich itself. Now, it says he becomes the main character, but it starts off like this. There's a kid, a young man, and he's poor, and him and his girlfriend and this dude steal shit. So they were trying to steal from a boat, which was owned by the British military, I assume. I think they were redcoats. And they got caught on there, or he got caught on there, some shit like that. I think the girlfriend, I don't know. He got caught, and they were like gonna make him, somehow he was smart enough, or he talked well enough that he was able to like work for this dude who owned this big company of furs. I forgot what it's called. The Hudson Bay Company. But then he ended up meeting Declan. He was like supposed to find Declan Hart, but then he ends up being cool with Declan Hart. So he ends up working with Declan Hart, which is Momoa. And then Momoa knows like this Native American girl, and so the Native American girl and that young white boy, kick it off. It's kind of not always good, but they kind of have a thing. And then Declan, he has a thing for this the governor's daughter or something in some town, and he sneaks in sometimes to see her. So they got something going on, and he has he has a rivalry with some of the royal guard that stays there because of course they can occupy the place, and he's more native, so he's like living off the land and stuff, as are the people in the village, in the towns. But it's in the early 1800s, the natives were living, like in tents and stuff, whatnot. So it's kind of slow in the beginning, but it builds, and by the end, but that last episode, it's one of the greatest conclusions to any show, to any series, because it leaves questions, but it also has a conclusion. And it was pretty amazing. 5 stars, baby. All right, let's do Badass Woman in Hearse 3 freestyle, and we'll